it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and today is day 8 of Vlogmas. I am super excited. Grandma and Grandpa are here, and Stella has been occupied all morning, so I got a really good workout in. Actually, they went on a Chick-fil-A run. I got vanilla iced coffee. I will not drink the whole thing because it is full caff. I can't do that much caffeine, so I'll drink a little bit of it, and then I'll put it with protein milk and save the other half for tomorrow, or Johnny will have the other half. But I have to take it slow on caffeine because of migraine issues. But anyway, Stella worked out with me for a part of my workout, which was super cute. I'll insert a couple of pictures. It was super fun and cute. But I am back to trying to do more strength. So I did a strength exercise. I want to say it was either Sunday or Monday. And I did a 10-minute core workout. I want to say it was just a Maddie 10-minute core or a Logan 10-minute core. I did a Maddie one today. I really like Maddie Giacomo. But I did the 10 minutes. I did the full on thing. It was V-ups and Russian twists for most of it. It was just like 20 minutes on, 10 minutes, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, like a Tabata style. And it was tough. And by the end I was dying, but it didn't really sink in until the next day. And I hurt so bad. Like every time I would sneeze, I would be like, oh, my abs. So that lasted for multiple days. They are still sore today, but I got back into it. It was like a manageable level sore, not a completely like, oh my gosh, my abs are hurting anytime I sneeze or cough or that kind of thing. Even laughing, like they are hurting so bad. So I had to take a few days off of strength. And so now I was back at it today. I did a 20-minute ride with Bradley Rose, a 10-minute core, and then a 10-minute glutes and legs. So feeling really good about getting some more strength in. I'm ready for it to be sore, like a good sore, not a sore like I haven't done this in so long. It's actually painful. So that was kind of disappointing that the abs hurt so bad after just 10 minutes. I was so proud of myself for making it through the whole 10 minutes that first day. Like, yeah, I can do the abs. It was really hard. I'm not saying it was easy, but I made it through that 10 minutes. And then just being so sore the next few days, it was really bad. Like every time I sneeze, I'm like, oh, it was painful. So yeah, I'm assuming my legs are going to hurt really bad tomorrow. Like every time I go pee, like sitting on the toilet, my legs are going to be hurting, but I'm glad to start slowly getting back into it. And once I'm out of the painful soreness stage, I will do yet another workout. And I'm trying to build up to where I used to be, where I would work out like 5 or 6 times a week, you know, incorporating in some strength and doing riding. And lately I've just been doing riding, which I love, but I need to get back into the strength. I really want to build some muscle too. So it's just a slow, gradual process back into that. As far as planary goodness, I've got one planary goodness thing. So I have this thing, this little sleeve. It's an Amazon cheap sleeve, but it fits in A5 ring planners. And I stuck in all of the Coffee Monsters Co. stuff for January. And look, things are missing. I had the like wacky holidays one, which is super fun. I also had some of the bigger sheets, you know, things are missing, and that's because I started decorating my Stickers News planner. This is the Sterling ink, and it's the full year one, which I've been gushing about. I'm super excited about this one. And I stuck on a sticker, and I was so proud of myself for sticking on the sticker. And then I realized I sucked at sticking on the sticker. You can still see the gold. I hope you guys can see. You can see the little gold foiling underneath it. So I did not line it up exactly right. I thought I had it fine where I could cover up the whole gold, but I didn't. And I was too scared to try to rip it off and it not stick again. So yeah. A little bit of a fail there, but I got my little holographic sticker on there also from Coffee Monsters Co. And let's see, what else did I do? Also, by the way, when she had an imperfect sale, I ended up getting planners. I got the B6 size and they were like scuffed up like this. You see that like scuff on the gilding? Well, I did that myself yesterday. Like, it doesn't matter. The gilding's gonna get messed up and patinaed, see, like scuffed up, it got stuck in a bag, and that's okay with me. I still call that perfect. Like if it arrived with that scuff on it, I wouldn't think twice about it. I was like, oh, it's just gilding, it's no big deal. It will like come off, it will wear off over time, but that doesn't bother me. So if you get something in the imperfect sale, that's kind of thing you're gonna see in the imperfect sale. But anyway, enough about that. I'm super excited about it. I did end up starting to decorate. I didn't write anything in here yet because I'm not exactly sure about how I'm going to use all the gold pages and stuff, but I did a little bit of decorating, and I used all the little washi strips for January, put a little bit of stickers in there, covered up the calendars because I don't like the calendars. I just covered them up with stickers. But I decorated a little bit in January. It's not like fully decorated and fully set up how I want to use it, but it is the start of it. And I put something on the cover, and now I have a ton of vinyl stickers Like certain ones are just sitting on my desk because I love them so much, like this. I love bread. And they're not all from Coffee Monsters. A lot of them are from Hubman and Chub Girl, like this little sushi. I love the little sushi guy. He just sits on my desk. I would like to stick a few of them on here, but I'm not ready to make that decision yet. It takes time for those decisions, but I knew I wanted to use this one. So I will do a little bit more decorating maybe for that. And then I also have the February stuff. So I will do a little bit of February decorating at some point, but I was proud of myself for, you know, putting stickers to paper and getting that part done. All right, next order of business. That's it. I don't have any more over here. So next order of business is day 8, which is a smaller pack, and it sounds metallic. I'm guessing paper clips because I've already opened this whole thing once. All right, and this one's cute because it has little doggies on it, which I love little doggy anything. Okay, sticker, come on. That one was tricky, but I had to like peel it all the way. Yes, paper clips. So I'm gonna, again, leave this one packaged up. It's gonna go in a future giveaway. And I have all my little future giveaway goodness here because I'm on day 16 of editing. I don't think I did much yesterday. On day 16, I organized everything, and there are a few days with gaps. So when I have a gap, when I'm going to upload a video, I'm gonna grab things from here for the future next giveaways until I run out of things in there. I'll pull some sticker kits and things as needed to fill up, I'm hoping, filling up all of the 25 days with giveaways. So that should be really fun. Yeah, super cute clips. I love them. I actually will grab one of my own clips here and stick it on my, let's see, is this the one? Yeah. So I've got tags and clips in here. Let's see, what do we want? I'm gonna go with, I think I'm gonna go with a little Christmas tree and stick this on my current planner. Wait, are these the shaped ones? Hint, hint, I was asking if they were the shaped ones because there's multiples. I think my chair just majorly squeaked weird. Okay, little tree guy is gonna go on my pages here. So a little tree, super cute. All right, I also did a little bit of washi on today's page, or today's page for me, yesterday's page for you guys, if you're watching this in real time. So we're gonna do day 8 over here. I gotta take off that sticker all the way, and we're gonna switch camera angles and do our swatch of the day. Let's see, I'm gonna maybe start going pink on these. I should look through the whole thing and see if I have any more actual browns. I do have like a grayish leaning colors, but I want to go make sure I get all the brownish colors. I do have some other ones. See, this one I think is a dark bluish gray. Verdigris? Am I saying that wrong? Probably saying that wrong. And then I have rose, I could do this one, Rose Gold Antiqua. That one is like a brownish leaning pink. Then we could lean into the pinks. I also have Ghost, which is more of a grayish color. We do have Brunch Date, which I'm gonna try to use at the end because it's already been used one day. I think I'm gonna go Cherry Blossom because it does lean a little bit brownish, but we're gonna go ahead and start leaning into the dusky pinks and then full pinks, then we'll do purples, then blues. And then maybe at the end, like all the grayish colors, because they kind of lean purpley blue sometimes. So we're going to start leaning into the pinkier ones. And this one's Robert Oster Cherry Blossom. Again, love Robert Oster. Let's go ahead and swatch this one, and then we'll talk about today's video. Okay, switching. I was actually switching out my pen ink this morning. So I already went ahead and filled up my water. I was very productive this morning. So we got to stick this guy on. I cleaned off this desk. I had all that stuff from setting up that gingerbread house door in her classroom. Oh yeah, I am hearing things outside. I thought it was my chair. It sounded like almost like a jackhammer. So one of our neighbors is getting landscaping done, and it definitely sounds like they're jackhammering. Yeah, you'll just have to hear some of that. So here is day 8. Love the puppies in this collection. All the little doggies and critters. We got that. We're gonna do this. We're just gonna have to deal with the jackhammering. I think they're putting in landscaping in the front and back. There have been people working there pretty much every day for the last week or so. Let's do a little ink swatch. We'll go same side. And this color is definitely like reddish pinkish leaning, but it has that little dustiness to it as well that I really like. So Robert Oster Cherry Blossom. Oh, you know what? I gotta dip pen this too. Yeah, okay. I'm definitely a big fan of these Robert Oster colors. I think they're really pretty. It's like a Christmassy red. Again, why did I cap it? Why am I capping it over and over again? terrified of spilling these things. Oops, you got too much. Shouldn't have dipped it again. Oh well, I dipped it too much. Alright, and then I do have a little bit of ink on my finger. Not too bad. I thought it was going to be worse. I tend to hit the dip pen on the side of the bottle and get the dip pen all dirty. So a little bit of ink. Very pretty. Really like that one. So we're going to go full on pinks and dusty roses and that sort of thing now. That one's really pretty. And I will write this stuff in tonight, do this one tomorrow. I switched out my pen, so it is the Cafe Crema. So it's ready to go, and that is it for swatchy time. All right, we're full on listening to jackhammer, so I hope it's not too loud for you guys, but it's super distracting for me. Today, my video is kind of starting my ink swatch journey, and it's just like a complete utter fail, like beginning ink swatching, figuring out what the heck I'm doing. I did end up getting a dip pen and a fountain ink cartridge converter style pen from Amazon. So that is hauled in this video, and then I start doing a little bit of swatchy exploration, and I'm really excited. I have quite a few swatch videos coming up in the lineup this month. These are videos I filmed over the last like month or so getting into all of the ink swatching, and in these videos, in the real-time beginning things, I kind of know what I'm doing, but in the beginning stages when I'm like first getting a dip pen and figuring out, even before getting ink samples, trying to test out the dip pens, it's funny. So yeah, I'm doing what not to do in the beginning portions of this, but it's getting all the way through, swatching all of the colors in the swatch books over the course of the next few ink swatchy type of videos. So this is just the beginning ink swatchy type video. So I hope you guys enjoy that journey with me. I really had so much fun with these. I'm so tempted to get more colors, even though I have, you know, a whole month's worth of ink samples. And even when I've been using them, I will use them for this book, right? I'll swatch it and then I'll write that day's stuff. And then I also have my stickers news planner, which I'm grabbing, trying not to grab stickers too, but this is my sterling ink. And in the back, I'm using those pens sometimes also, like Honeybee Eater Breast right there. That's one of the colors I got. This is Caramel Sparkle in there, like using them quite a bit in here, but like trying out all the different pens. I did write something today in Cafe Crema. I've got gaps, like pages that haven't been used, so I'm going back and filling in those pages with some journaling. Since I don't have any room left in that book for like a page a day, I'm going back to those pages and trying to fill in throughout this month and hopefully filling up the whole thing by the end of the month. I had so much fun with this. This is like a whole new level. That's one of the reasons like most of my planner lineup for 2024 is going to be the TRP planners, Tomoe River paper planners that are super cute and compact, and I just love the fountain inks. I love the way that it looks on the Tomoe River paper specifically, better even than in here. This one looks good too, but it's not even nearly as vibrant, and you get the really saturated line edges, and they're super cool. So yeah, loving the ink exploration. You're gonna see a lot of those videos for Vlogmas because I just have so many of them, and they are really bears to edit because I have such long footage. They're just like really long videos. So I'm including those in Vlogmas, and they're, yeah, I've been on like day 16 of editing because it's been one of those really long ones to edit. But anyway, that's what's today. We're just gonna do some beginner ink swatching, and that's gonna be Vlogmas. So of course, I've been saying I'm gonna try to get a giveaway every single day, and so far so good. There's a giveaway at the end of this video too. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys are liking this Vlogmas. After rambling for so long, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. Hey everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and it is Saturday, so there are kids at home being quite loud, and it's just gonna be what it is. I had to tell them to stop screaming because they'll like scream really excitedly for things. I was like, you guys, try to keep it down just a tiny bit. Like my ears are bleeding, and then trying to do this is just wild. So let's go ahead and talk about today's subject. I have been researching fountain pens. I am super excited to start playing around with fountain pens. I loved looking at other people's ink swatches and shimmery inks and inks that like have color shifts. I'm just obsessed. So I have been watching these videos for so long and really wanting to get into it. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of ink testing. I do have a platinum preppy, but I am going to be getting a nicer refillable type of pen. I have somebody who has sent me ink samples. They are in transit right now, and so I ordered a couple things off of Amazon. I got one pen that has been recommended quite a bit. I ended up asking in the Sterling Ink Facebook group what they recommend for like a complete beginner. Like I don't want to spend a ton of money, but I want to get a really good like feel of fountain pen usage before I splurge on more expensive pens. And this one got recommended quite a few times. Jinhao, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Jinhao 82, and I got a turquoise one, I think turquoise, with gold trim, and it was like 10 bucks. So it's, as far as a fountain pen goes, it is way, way, way on the cheaper side. Look how pretty, and this one happens to have like sparkles in it too, if you can see. It is a twist cap. Let's see the twist cap. It's like moderately short for a pen, I feel like. But it's really pretty. It's got the gold detailing on the nib. I don't know anything about like technical terms or anything for any of this really. And then this is a cartridge converter. So, you know, the snap-in kind of cartridges like the Platinum Preppy comes with. This one's one you dip it in the ink and you wind it up and down to fill up the ink. So ink cartridge converter there. I don't have any actual inks to use to play around with this one yet, but when those ink samples get here, I will end up playing around with this. I just loved the color. You guys know teal's my jam. This one happens to have sparkles too, and they have a coffee with sparkles one too. So it's a really pretty deeper brown with the same kind of like sparkly look to it. So I think it's super duper cute. I like the way that one looks. So that one I'm just not going to play around with today, but because I'm going to be doing ink sampling, and my whole thought process for this is I don't need bottles of ink, like a whole bottle of ink. I just need the ink samples. So there are a couple of different stores who sell the ink samples. Van Ness is one of them, and then Goulet is another one. And I've looked, I have giant mile-long wish lists from both of them because I love, love, love the idea of buying, you know, like a $3 ink sample or a $1.50 ink sample and being able to test it out with plenty of ink. So it would refill this. Oh yeah, it's a twisty. It would refill this cartridge like 2 times. So that's a lot of ink. I've been writing with my Platinum Preppy and I've gotten quite a few pages, and it just looks like I've used maybe like a third of the cartridge. It lasts a while. I think just sampling is the way to go for me because I don't need a giant bottle. I'm not going to be writing with the same color over and over again. I just want to be able to like write a few pages with each color and play around with it. And then going along with ink sampling to do swatches and stuff, I wanted a dip pen, and I looked at Amazon. There's a ton of different ones. I just picked one that I thought was pretty. And it is a glass dip pen. And it's just a very traditional looking glass dip pen. It's got that little like, I don't know what they call these, the grooves that the ink kind of sits in, and then you can write with it. And people were saying they got really good use out of it. And it is glass, so I've got to be careful with the tip there so I don't bust it. But I just got the pink one, and it's got like pink swirlies in it. The thing with these glass pens, they look really cool. I like the, you know, the bulbs on the end, or like this long swirly piece on the end to hold the ink so you can write with it, but I do not like the barrels of these at all. There were some that were really, really wonky. This one's one of the less wonky ones. I want it to be like this with the glass nib at the end, and I couldn't find any that I really just loved. So I got one that I thought would get the job done at least, but like gripping it, I'm not sure about gripping glass. I'm not sure about it having the ridges on it that are all twisty. So far I'm just not super excited about these dip pens. I do have another dip pen on my wish list. When I order from Van Ness, there's a really pretty dip pen that basically looks like this kind of pen, but it's a dip pen. So yeah, I'm going to play around. I don't have any like fountain inks, but I have a lot of scrapbook and card making inks. So I thought I would just take some caps off and see if I could do any sort of writing with any of these. I've got a couple of these sprays. I did a video, I don't know when it's going up in comparison to this one, but I did a video just like ink swatching. There's lots of various things here. I did a little bit of ink spritzing and sampling of different distress and scrapbooking type inks and spritz and things. I just flipped to a page I hadn't actually yet used. This is way back in July. I didn't journal for a bit of July, and yeah, we're just gonna play around with it. Again, like I'm not the greatest handwriting. Dry, it feels very scratchy. I'm not going to test this one out yet. I'll link to both of these pens, but again, like I don't even know if it's going to work with any of these inks, but I'm going to just try. Oh, you know what? That one doesn't come off. Okay, this is just a dauber, so I'm not going to try that one. I'm not going to pull the dauber off of there. I'll just open one of these instead. I don't want to hold that and accidentally break it or something. Let's see what we got here. Okay, this might be a very messy endeavor. I'm taking the lid off another ink that you're not really supposed to take the lid off of. Okay, a drip. It's very scratchy. And I don't know like the angle to hold this dip pen at. I mean, it's writing pretty good. I've never written with a dip pen before. And my husband was totally making fun of me. I'm like, I really want to get into fountain pens. And I'm watching these tons of fountain pen videos. And he's like, okay, are you going to get a feather? And like start writing with a feather? And I was like, maybe. And then when I went and looked online, there were actually feather dip pens. And I'm like, I'm totally buying a feather dip pen because of you saying that. What color is this? This is Distress. See, I don't know if I can write that tiny with it. Distress. Mica Stain. This is totally a new experience for me, and this is called Hocus Pocus. And it's still writing, which I'm surprised it's written so good, because this is not a fountain ink pen ink. This is just spritz stuff. And yeah, I get to bring that. Okay, so now I think it's drying up on here. I'm like holding it completely upright to get any sort of ink movement. It's drying up, it's running out. And I mean, that's like one of the more satisfying things is like having colorful water. And I have baby wipes and tissues handy. I gotta be careful bonking that nib. I definitely think that this could be a really good item with the actual right inks, but yeah, I'm surprised it wrote as well as it did with a non-fountain ink. Dry it off, and I'm gonna try like a dye ink re-inker bottle. Same kind of concept. Actually, I don't know, I might have to have like a little well to spritz some in. Let's see what I got. I'm trying to be resourceful and use what I've got. So I've got this cute little watercolor set from Grabby. And it does have some little ink wells in it. So I got these big wells. I've also got these I can use. So let's just do a couple of drops in one of these. I like this little set, so I have all the little watercolors that I need. So this is just a re-inker, really old one. So, I mean, I don't even know how good this ink holds up over time. And again, it's not going to be like dipping into something like a vial, so I'm not going to get really good coverage on here. Yeah, I'm just like barely getting any on the tip there. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay. See if I can roll it around a little bit. See if I can get anything going. I feel like this one I have to press down pretty hard, and I'm afraid I'm going to mess something up. Like, of course I didn't dip it. I rolled it in the ink, so that's also a problem. It's definitely not floating down very well. It's definitely floating down like water droplet at a time. You can see like it was big there, big there. Yeah, that was a fail. All right, so this is the satisfying part I find in the videos. Look at that swirly. Love that. Yeah, so I would not use dye ink re-inkers. So that was not working. I feel like I got my dip pen a tiny bit colorful still. Very cool. I do have a little bit of blue staining on there. I could probably wash it really good. I also don't think dye ink is very Tomoe River paper friendly. And it definitely has seeped through pretty significantly there. It seeped through to the next paper, which, I mean, you could put something behind it while it dries. I'm just gonna dab off some of this mess. Okay, dabbed off some of that, and I'll wipe this with the baby wipe too. So yeah, I just need to wait for my inks to get here, but I feel like the mica stain actually worked pretty decently on there. I was impressed with how far along it got. And then re-inkers are a fail, so there you go. I'm just playing around with it. I'm excited to get into the fountain pen stuff. Like I said, I've got a whole wish list a mile long at both stores, and I'm going to be placing smallish orders from both stores. I've got one like actual really fancy pen that I want. It's not nearly as fancy as they get, but it is like closer to the $100 range. So I plan on getting one fancier pen, maybe not this first time I'm ordering, because I really need to like learn what I'm doing, and getting an $8 or $9 pen, such a great idea, because if I mess it up, it's not as devastating as like me being a newbie getting like an $85 pen. That gives a lot of room for error and mistakes. I don't want to mess up something that expensive, but this one, it's beautiful. It's my like tester pen. I still have that platinum preppy I can mess with. I want to play around with refilling cartridges. I want to play around with the cartridge converter and see what I can get done. I'm just super excited to try to dive into this. So when my little ink samples get here, I will definitely be playing around with those. It was just super nice. I wrote on the thing, I was like, if you could go back in time as what you know now and get like one good pen, what would you get as a beginner? And people just had tons of things to say. One sweet lady reached out to me and offered to send me some ink samples, which was super, super kind. So I'm very excited about that. And I'll shout her out in my next little fountain pen journey. I will swatch those samples and play around with those. And slipped in a little bit, but not that big a deal. And then there's like the beginning of August when I started journaling a little bit more seriously. But a lot of these July pages, I think I did like July 15th onward in here, and I didn't end up using them at all. But I've got all these pages that I can play around with in here. And then I have like washi samples, other stuff like that. So there's randomness in here along with actual journaling. There's the first look at my fountain pen journey. I'm super excited about this. It's just kind of weird, different feeling. So I'll have to make sure I take care of these guys because I am excited. Oh, my preppy, duh, it's right here. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if I like capped it really hard or something, but I definitely broke this part. There's a crack here and a crack here. So the actual barrel itself is already busted, but I mean for a $6 pen, that's fine. And you can see how much ink I've used, not a whole lot. And I've written pages and pages, like at least 4 or 5 pages already. So it's not gonna be something where I want a full cartridge of each color I'm playing around with. I wanna, you know, just a little bit of ink in each one. And that's where I think the cartridge converter, and see like, it'll just keep spinning because it's cracked. So that's that. But this one, I feel like that's where it's at for me. It's like, I can fill this cartridge up just a smidge and get a couple of good pages out of it, and then I can move on to the next color, because that's kind of what I want. I want a couple of page samples of each color and move on to the next color and have like a rainbow of books. So anyway, that's all. It's just rambling about fountain pens. I definitely will share along the way like swatches, my thoughts about things, review each type of pen once I get a feel for what I'm doing. Like right now, I don't even know how to hold the pen that great, you know? So I'm learning on how to hold the pen because I press down really hard, and you need to do that with like a gel pen or a rollerball pen. You do need to press down to get that friction going for the actual like ball inside the tip of the pen, but you don't have to do that for fountain inks. Actually, it messes up the flow if you press too hard. So I'm really just like almost learning how to write again because I have to hold it a little different. I've got to hold it a little bit gentler as far as pressing. So there's lots of different things that go into this. Also, pen care is a thing, drying out inks is a thing, like lots of different things. So I'm just researching and learning and have wish lists, and I'm very excited about this. Why I didn't connect it, I've had these Tomoe River paper planners for almost this entire year. I ended up diving into this in 2023, and that's one of like the big draws for people is these are fountain pen ink friendly papers, and the Tomoe River paper is fountain ink friendly, fountain pen friendly, and I just never like connected. I was like, oh, fountain pens, who cares? And then I started seeing more swatches and I was like, whoa, they're glittery. I started seeing more of like, whoa, that color looks different around the edge. And I started really getting into it the last, I don't know, month or two where I'm watching these swatch videos and I was like, I could get into these fountain pens. So that's where my next section goes, like diving down the rabbit hole of fountain inks and fountain pens. So I hope you guys like this little haul and just testing out randomness. There you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this very random chitty chat video. And we've got a giveaway today. So these are actually by Win planners. There are 2 different ones here, and then I'm going to include an extra cover with this top one. So this actually will fit on there, but then you'll get 2 covers because their covers are interchangeable. So the first one will get 2 covers, and this is the landscape mode planner. So it goes like this. It's called the focus planner, and it's just one that I won't use. It's really robust. It has lots of stuff in it. I did complete walkthroughs of both of these, but this one is just one that does not work with my brain because it is landscape mode. So I'm giving it away to one special winner here, and it includes the cover with that one. So there's one giveaway, and then the next one includes this cover, and this is what they're calling the life planner, and this one is a normal portrait mode. This one happens to have hourly schedules on it, so you can check the description box down below for how to enter both of these giveaways, and it's all the information. It includes how to enter the giveaway and all the bonus entries and all that stuff through the Rafflecopter, so you can enter that way. I hope you guys liked today's video. Like, subscribe, and follow me along, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye!